it's just kind of asking about your experience with us.
All right.
So the first question that I have is, what was the biggest issue that initially brought you to us? Because I know you were fast track and then you've been alumni as well, right?
That's right. I was looking at building, about relocating my office to a new building. In 1993, I ended up doing that. So I was a client starting about 91 or 92 to kind of have Williams take a look at my situation and run some numbers with me and make sure that they felt like that was a reasonable thing for me to be doing.
And as far as your experience with us, have you been able to attend our executive training?
Yes, I've done that twice, as a matter of fact. Twice, both in Lincoln, Nebraska. So I'm looking forward to having that experience again here coming up the next couple days in Las Vegas.
Okay. What was your kind of initial impression or experience when you came to executive training and working with your consultants, the implementation help? Just some of those details once you started working with us.
I really like the staff management structure. It used to be considered a matrix, and I always liked that word of responsibilities and dividing up the responsibilities within the practice and holding different folks responsible for management in different areas. I thought that was a great strategy, and I appreciated the benefit of looking at my numbers in a more objective manner with a different skill set that I might bring to the table.
As far as kind of going along with the staff management, do you feel like we've been able to help you learn how to lead your staff better? And I know maybe you can share a little bit just about what you're taking away from the Leadership Summit here today too, because we're touching on a lot of those.
Sure,
staff management.
sure. Yes, Williams gives great advice on staff management, and as much as anything, it confirms what you're doing right, and that's sometimes just as important as helping you identify things you're doing wrong, finding ways that you might be able to improve your staff arrangements to, in this day and time when we have to have more efficiencies in seeing patients, we're looking to save every minute possible from the process, and I've come up with several ways this week that we might be able to make that process a little more efficient.
Awesome. As far as the speakers that you've heard so far, what did you think about what Preston Swincher shared, and what did you get out of that? And then also,
I enjoyed his presentation on the different views of the generations in the workplace very much. Helped me in some insight on my daughters as well, which was nice. And I don't currently employ any Gen Y folks, but that's bound to be coming up before too long. And knowing how they view work in the workplace and my need to assess them in a different manner made perfectly good sense. And I think that'll certainly help me down the road when that time comes.
And what about Larry Sternberg today? Did you feel like he was able to share anything that you found helpful? Or?
I thought all his comments, I loved the first activity that we did in particular with the assessing people's strengths and goals personally. And I have a very close relationship with my staff. And I think that would be an excellent exercise for us to go through to even improve that relationship further.
Awesome. Okay, just a couple more questions. As far as the kind of results you've seen through working with Williams Group, measurable results like revenue per patient, or your gross income, or your gross and your net, have you seen any of those measurable results that have come out of working with us?
Yes, it certainly helped my bottom line and allowed me to take a little more time off, which is always a good thing.
I was just going to ask you about time off, so you answered that question for me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to take off like a day, take an afternoon a week, or?
Yeah, I take a morning each week and don't see patients during that time, and sometimes do administrative stuff and sometimes just do personal things.
Awesome. And then my last question would be, if there was a doctor that wanted to, called you and was thinking about hiring Williams Group or working with us, what would you tell them?
This is money well spent, and I've talked to several doctors over the years and made recommendations, and have nothing but positive things nothing but positive comments to say about the whole Williams Consulting organization.
Great. Awesome. Well, that's all I've got